I've been talking about this game for a little while now that I planned on doing it as soon as it came out. It has been released on Steam, and here we are. So for those not aware, this was originally released on the GameCube. It plays a little bit differently from your typical Resident Evil in that there's no item boxes. Plus, some of the old conventional Resident Evil weaponry takes up a lot more save space than it used to. So I am playing this somewhat blind in the fact that I've played the GameCube version. I don't know what all has changed in the PC one though. Language. There's actually a bit of a selection there. Otherwise, everything seems to be displaying correctly. Manual, gallery. Is this... Oh. Okay, since I pre-ordered the game, I should have DLC. I'm choosing normal difficulty because I'm a little bit out of practice. I don't know what the alternate controls are, but we'll give those a shot. Those might be the same as they were in the Resident Evil HD remake, or whatever you want to call it. They call it remaster, that's right. So I'll explain once we get into action, but here's our explanation.
A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City. A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the international enterprise umbrella was somehow involved, little is known as to the origin of this faceless corporation. When was it established? By whom? And how was the T-virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
Do you think so too?
Yeah.
Do about it.
Should hold off for a while.
But I wonder how those R&D people would react to this.
In case you're wondering, they could hear that singing. That wasn't just for our effect.
It began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Nothing in our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued. We never stood a chance.
What's going on? Engine failure. Emergency landing.
Check the current position and investigate the surrounding area.
Captain, look! Captain!
What happened?
Court order for transportation. Prisoner Billy Cohen, ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoner is to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers.
They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and escaped.
All right, everyone, let's separate and survey the area. Our friend is brutal and ruthless. Keep your guard up.
A train.
Okay, first things first. I want to look at the control scheme. I tried setting it to control type C so I get the auto aim. That's going to help with some of the cameras. Okay, it's stuck. So now we have to investigate a bit. We have to walk around the train, trigger some events, and then we'll be on our way. So the door behind us is locked. We have to go over here to unlock it, and unfortunately the whole gimmick with the train is just get a key, run to the opposite side of the train, use key, and then
This
rinse
is
and
Officer
repeat.
Chambers from STARS Bravo team. Please identify yourself. Is someone there?
The government has announced that it has set out to protect our department. But as of 2 years ago, when a several plans were set up, the local government stepped in and took over.
Whoa. Okay, he went down fast. Normally I wouldn't really recommend fighting the zombies in the train. It's just they have changed some of the positions, I guess, of them to make them a little bit harder to dodge, or maybe I'm just out of practice from GameCube. Unfortunately, unlike Resident Evil Remastered, I didn't go back and play the GameCube version to familiarize myself with it. I'm just trying to play this from memory. So we get some handgun ammo for coming in here. If you're interested in getting all the files, there's one right there. I'm probably not going to bother with all these because in order to actually, like, my goal is to get the rank S, and therefore, I don't remember what you get if it's a rocket. No. Huh. Actually, it might be the. No, it's not the Magnum. By the way, I want to get the highest rank here, so that means I'm going to stick to what I have to do. Unfortunately, you can't get the costumes on your first playthrough, so yeah. I'll have to add that in a following video. Billy, meet Rebecca.
Billy.
Rebecca, Billy.
Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
You're the prisoner that was being transferred for execution. You were with those soldiers outside.
Oh, I see. You're with STARS. Well, no offense, honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around, so I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know.
Sorry, Rebecca. Better people than you have tried. Anyway, here's our first encounter with the canines
Edward!
coming.
Are you alright? What happened?
Worse than... We can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Yeah.
Zombies and monsters.
Framer is not consistent here. So you're pretty much meeting the enemy here, which is why I like having the auto aim on. The dogs are so freaking annoying. Let's reload. Oh yeah, search his body because he is packing ammo. In case you're wondering, eventually he does turn into a zombie, and I believe he'll take his bullets with him then, and then you lose out. Oh, crap. So Rebecca has less health than Billy, and as such, she's more in danger to those types of attacks. But the conductor zombie will follow you throughout the train, so we're going to be dealing with him soon.
This is Rebecca. Over.
This is Rico. What's your location? Over.
Enrico! Hello! Can you read me? Please respond.
Rebecca, I can hear you. Now listen up. We've obtained detailed information on the fugitive from a document found in the wrecked wagon. Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people. Over.
They had it coming.
23 people.
We have also confirmed that he was institutionalized, so keep your guard up. Can you hear me, Rebecca? Over. Stay alert, Rebecca. You wouldn't think twice before killing you.
Enrico! Captain! Hello? Hello!
The important thing is the 24th person got the message. So right there's the conductor zombie. I'm actually going to have Billy deal with him, in case you're wondering. So the key we got on the other side of the train unlocks this part. This leads us to the dining car kitchen area. And the frame rate is going to drop here because we have animated flames. But first, a scene.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
So I suspect the game is not optimized. It could just be a PC issue. I may want to look into picking this up if it ever goes on sale for consoles, but I do have the GameCube versions. Anyway, to move forward, you have to come over here. You'll meet the unique enemy of the game, the leech zombie.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Ugly, isn't he? So there's no reason for you to fight this enemy right now. Just run away. It's kind of scripted. This will happen no matter whether or not you kill him yourself. He bursts into pieces and then Billy has to make a save. By fighting him, you just waste ammo.
Are you okay?
So notice what the singing does to the leeches. That's how this guy controls the leeches, in case you're wondering.
Who is that guy?
What's going on? Who's controlling the train?
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen, we gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girls. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. But you just remember, I will shoot you if you try anything funny.
Fine. Now take these with you.
Bullets.
If you find anything, give me a call, all right?
So if you're wondering why I laughed about the clue-in thing, the game was already rated M. There really isn't anything stopping them from cursing and stuff. But anyway, unlike your past Resident Evil games, this one uses a partner system. You can control both characters simultaneously.
I'll go.
Okay.
So right there you can use the right stick to move Billy, but in order to move forward we have to go up on top of the train. Now here is your first decision of the game. Who do you want to fight the first boss? If you want Rebecca to fight the first boss, then you send Billy up here. If you want Billy to fight the boss, you send Rebecca. So we're sending Rebecca up. And in case you're wondering what the difference between the two of them is, since I skipped over that thing, Rebecca can mix herbs, Billy can move heavy objects, Rebecca has lower HP, Billy has higher. Billy supposedly does more damage with his attacks, but I think the way it works is, if you haven't noticed, Billy is taller than Rebecca, so when he's aiming, he's more likely to actually shoot a zombie in the head just due to his height difference. I think that's pretty much the only difference between the two of them. Because the way the game works, I believe your handguns do 1 HP worth of damage. The zombies have something like 3 to 8 HP, I want to say. I forgot how exactly all these things worked, but I used to read about this when I was more into Resident Evil and this whole series went to hell. Which is why I still can play the old games and reminisce. Actually, I should have given Billy handgun ammo, but oh well. So in order to move forward, you have to get the key that's in here. Then you can use the dumbwaiter to send it to Billy. I know what you're saying, the waiter's a nice guy, no need to call him names and all that, but the waiter's probably a zombie. I'm talking about this little machine here. So it's a little hard to see the text since it's white text on a gray background, but they're asking you if you want to put an item there. You choose yes, then you can send the item, and that will go to the kitchen car. So we just have to change characters. That is the Y button on the Xbox controller. Hopefully I don't mess this up too much, pushing the wrong button. Frame rate down to 14. And now it's back to normal. So that car is going to be giving me a little bit of trouble throughout the game, it seems. And in case you're wondering, you can still give Billy ammo, you just have to send it through the dumbwaiter. You come right here to collect your key, and now you can go all the way over to where you found the dogs, and then you can go on the second floor of the train. That's right. For a second there I thought they were going to give us another key already, but not quite. Let's reload. The conductor zombie is dying here, that's all I can say. So it looks like the bullets are hitting his abdomen. Come on, conductor zombie, if you're getting up, get up soon. I don't want to waste the ammo. Okay, he's staying down, so I'm gonna go into the next, or the previous car to try to reset their positions. I'm trying to speak English. And with any luck, that conductor zombie is down for the count. So in case you're wondering, the entire game does not take place in the train, it's only this first segment. Oh, there's a guy in the eye. Okay, you get an achievement for head capping a guy. I'm actually going to come up here to try to reset their positions once again. This hallway we'll be going into momentarily, but there is a nest of leeches that stop me from going forward. Those will hatch eventually, but for now, you have to take the long way around. Why do they stuff all the guys in the... Crap. Wrong button. Need to switch back to Billy. I wanted to see if I still had bullets. Okay, there we go. We're going to be getting some handgun ammo before the boss fight, so that'll take care of that. Now, in the GameCube version, if I remember correctly, the zombies pretty much stuck to the sides of the cars, so you didn't actually have to kill them like I had to here. Right there we get to use the conductor's key. This will unlock his door. And I'm going to drop some items in here so you'll see what replaced the whole chest system. So first things first, you need this briefcase. This is to actually progress. We're not actually going to take this outside of the room with us. I'm grabbing this here so it'll appear on the mini-map. Well, it's not really a mini-map, it's the actual map, I guess. Document here from the conductor. The actual map is right here. The items will appear there that you drop. Now we're going to leave the briefcase and the knife. So push the button, ladder drops, and allows us to access the second floor. And in case you're wondering, the room that we're going to right now is the boss room, but the boss is going to be waiting for us when we're trying to come back. First things first, we need to get a better gun, something that isn't laughably bad. Although, don't get me wrong, the final boss here in this game, the handgun is actually a solid pick against. In case you're wondering, the final boss is kind of like a scripted thing. You just need the handgun to pull aggro. I will be keeping one with me throughout the entire game, specifically for the final boss. But otherwise, the shotgun, grenade launcher, and some of the power weapons all take 2 inventory spots, unfortunately, which is kind of bad since you have only 6. You're kind of like Chris from Resident Evil 1. And unlike Chris, you don't even have the slot efficiency of just being able to stuff your shotgun in one spot. And the real kicker, of course, is that they actually make you carry some key items that take up more than 1 inventory spot. So, insult to injury. Ink ribbon on the ground there if you need it. I don't know if you can actually save here, but it's there. And this, I believe, is the closet to access the costumes. It's just I don't have the key to do so yet. And you'll notice if we took the briefcase, we wouldn't actually have space for everything. We have to leave something behind. And we don't even have space for the first aid spray, to be honest. But once you pick up the ice pick, that triggers the boss fight in here. Pretty much there's no way back through this room until you kill the boss. So, like many other players, I've always wondered, how exactly does a scorpion get onto a moving train like this? I mean, Rebecca would have seen the damn thing on her way in if it were there. It'd be a little hard to miss. I think the tail's armored, so you don't want to hit that. You want to aim for the face, or at the very least the claws. Or the pincers. Right there, we got it in the face. If you get too close to it, it has a move to automatically knock you back. So you want to pick a point, stand your ground, and unload the rifle. Now, when you're playing on hard difficulty, you do not get enough shells to actually kill this thing. You might on normal, but for hard mode, you have to use the handgun or the knife. Oops, I need to examine that. Yeah, I'm using the combine, of course, so that we don't have to deal with the reload animation. Since that will leave you as a sitting duck. Now, I believe the recoil actually is knocking me back ever so slightly. Could swap me away. But we're done with this, we're probably not going to use the rifle anymore. And once you have the exoskeleton on the head cracked, I believe, you just have to shoot it to stun it like this. You can see the first boss really isn't anything special because you don't have a lot of ways to fight it. It's just like your customary intro boss. Okay, time to die. Damn it. By the way, he can still hit you as it dies. So don't stick too close to the body until it finally settles down. That was a long animation, damn it. So with the shotgun shells and the hunting rifle out of our inventory, we have a lot more inventory space now. What we came here for was this, which was kind of hard to pick up. Now this unlocks something inside of the kitchen car. We need to grab the briefcase on our way back, and using the ice pick we can get Rebecca out. I didn't show it, but the door that she's locked behind, it has a broken key in it or something like that, so use the lockpick and the keyhole. No. And it will allow her to get out. There we go. So the briefcase requires a pair of rings to open, the first of which is in the kennel car. And the second one... crap, I don't remember, but it has the key card to unlock that door right there. Let's see, we're trying to go all the way in the back to get the hook shot. That allows us to go on to the second... or it puts us on the roof of the train. Basically right here is where you use the hook shot. I should also point out you can see the name of the train on the doors there, the Eclipse Express. A little bit of trivia for you guys. And it's not necessarily bad to kill the zombies here because you do have to run from one side of the train to the other under a time limit. Huh, he's dead. So picking them off now can make things a little bit safer. In case you're wondering, I will be doing that run with Rebecca for the extra scene. You get to choose once again who goes there. There's only a few segments of the game where you can't choose who you're going to use. I believe the second boss you have to use Billy. And there's a section of the game where Billy's out and you only have Rebecca, and so on. So we need to put the ice pick there. And you want Rebecca here because we have to go into the kennel car. There's going to be dogs waiting for us. And having two people makes it a lot easier. So, Y button to change, or yeah, Y button to swap. Let me see how much. I have the inventory space. I also have like 100 bullets here. I'll take that just in case. And we need to use the ice pick. Now we can go back into the dining car. So expect the frame rate to drop momentarily. Huh, I didn't remember him. Wow, 10 frames. So painful. Anyway, Billy is over here. We need to swap some items around. Namely, I want this. I don't remember how you change. Okay, it's the Y button. I want to reload his gun, and I want him to be the character that's controlled by the AI.
Come on!
Okay.
For when we get into the kennel car. So you have to come over here, use the panel opener. All things considered, I think hook would just be justifiable, but what do I know? Now we can go through the crawl space and reach the dogs. Now the AI character will defend themselves, you'll see this shortly. Billy, defend yourself. I don't know if I took damage there. Kinda looks like I did. There is an achievement for not using healing items and stuff, but you can always do those on lower difficulties. As for the gasoline, I'll show you what that does in a moment. It's a special weapon unique to this game, and it's intended for the leech
You
zombies.
stay here.
Okay. This way.
Okay.
So you can combine this with this, and now we have to find the silver one. That's gonna get annoying, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the herb. And I chose Billy for a reason here, damn it. Oh, well, one person has to hold the button while the other one walks over to the hook shot, so it doesn't matter.
You stay here.
Okay.
Okay, I actually control him the way I control new characters. I was actually controlling him like I had to in the GameCube version. So right here you have to have the person hold the button. Change characters. Grab this. And they're telling you that the hook shot, it's supposed to have a weight limit so that you can't have both characters travel with it. You have to choose one.
This way.
Roger.
And that hook shot sticks with us for like half of the game. It's so freaking annoying since it takes up 2 inventory spots like the shotgun or the grenade launcher and stuff. The good news is you don't actually get the Magnum until after you're done with the hook shot, I believe. It's like, as soon as you can drop the hook shot for good, you get the Magnum. And if I remember correctly, there is a zombie in the refrigerator. Damn. So if you're thinking what I'm thinking, let's make some Molotov cocktails. I don't even know where they got the paper for, but this is how you recycle unlocked. We need to give Billy some ammo. Okay, there we go. 30 rounds should do it.
I'll go alone.
Roger.
And I want to leave Rebecca here for the time being. Yeah, the controls are taking a little bit to get used to. I'm not too worried about him. If he can stay there, I can run past him later. See a broken ladder. Yeah, well, I have a hook shot. Take that, Link. That's pretty much what I always think when I'm using this thing. So there is a zombie in here, if I remember correctly. That's why I kind of wanted Billy. So we have a jewelry box. Just like in Resident Evil Remastered, you have to examine this. Here's our key. Combined with this. Now we can examine this to open it and get our card key. There's also a knife on the ground there, so that Rebecca has one also. Like usual, it's supposed to be your last resort. Oh well, nothing else in here, it looks like. And now the nest hatches. The leeches can do chip damage to you. It's nothing really major, but if you're really wounded, it can add up. I was kind of curious if this place changed any. Normally, if you don't kill the zombies in one of the cars, you can actually use this upper route to bypass the brighter car altogether. That's the advantage of the nest hatching. Okay, he's still here. Okay. I guess I have to use this instead of just examining the door. Now, I believe we get a scene with Wesker here.
This is Delta Team. This is Delta Team. We have gained control of the train. Over.
Understood.
This does not make any sense. How was the T-virus leaked? And why did it contaminate both the lab and the mansion, as well as a train almost 3 miles away?
That's irrelevant. We must make sure no knowledge of this gets out. Destroy the train. Completely.
How far away are you from the nearest branch line?
About 10 minutes, Duke.
Huh? Okay, the lip sync does fall
What
off.
happened?
Okay, I remember now. We need Rebecca. So, insert joke here about the woman being in the kitchen. And we'll actually see where the zombie is in case I need to kill it now. Son of a...
Ow! Ah!
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill them both. We're gonna be back here momentarily. Plus there's gonna be a new zombie here. So you can bypass this car by going up the stairs. Now I believe everything you have not picked up is going to be destroyed here. I don't know if they actually get shuffled around, that's why I'm going to come in here and make the mixed herb. That means I probably will lose that first aid spray on the second floor, but the healing items I don't think are going to be that much of an issue here. On account of no item boxes, that does mean you kind of have to just take what you can carry, and as such you're going to be leaving stuff behind pretty often here. Wrong button. Okay, they actually do tell you it's too dangerous to go alone.
Okay.
But this is pretty much the end of the train segment. We'll be going in the mansion shortly. This is basically the front of the train, and we have to make one final rush all the way to the back.
The train will either derail or crash. I gotta stop this thing.
Activate the controls. First driver's compartment, that's the rear deck of the fifth car. Enter rear deck code. And then enter driver's compartment code. So the codes are pretty much just math problems, in case you're wondering.
I'll go over to the back deck and manipulate the control panel for the brake. You stay here and apply the brake when ready.
Okay. Rebecca!
Huh?
Don't screw up, okay?
I won't.
Billy Cohen, motivational speaker, folks. Damn it. I don't know if the timer's ticking, but you want to give him that. Handgun ammo here. We need that card. Crap. Camera, please. So here's when you finally get to put all your running skills to test. The umbrella guys out here are going to be zombies. I'm going to try running past them. I don't know if they're up already or if they're still getting up. They're getting up, so I can just run past. They're going to get killed when the train crashes, in case you're wondering. Or killed again. The whole zombie thing is kind of subjective, you know? So if you come down further, you'll see that your friend is gone. I think that was Edward. He's going to be waiting for us in the last car, in case you're wondering. Now I'm going to bypass the bright car by going up here. I have the time to spare, kind of, as long as I don't mess up the math problem. You need to make a certain number with 9 or 8 digits or something like that. It's been a little while since I played, now I don't remember the number. It's something like 64 and 36 or something. Actually, it's probably like 36 and 63. Grabbing that as insurance. And right there you can see a little bit of damage from the leeches. You probably could use a Molotov cocktail just to kill them, it's just those are a little too precious, I'd say. If you're wondering why, leech zombies are extremely weak to fire, so you can pretty much just use a couple of those and down they go. Here's the scene.
Edward! No! Stop! Don't come any closer!
For Billy, this is just another zombie. He'll mow him down, no prejudice, no hesitation. And let's face it, we have some history with Edward, so let's not kill him. Or, you know what I mean. I believe he's the actual last thing stopping you other than math skills. And in the event you didn't actually grab that magnetic card, yeah, that's kind of bad. The thing is, by just marking that, it should appear in my inventory and hopefully in the wreckage of the train. Anything that you picked up and dropped, as long as you've examined it and it appears on the map, you can get from the burning wreckage. I'm gonna use this just so I can grab stuff after the crash. I'll probably also put all the handgun ammo on one person then. Okay, we need to come up with 9 digits to make 67. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, it's just I chose a somewhat random
the
one.
control device for the brake. Over.
Roger, I'll put the brake on now.
Ooh, he has a big one. So you do 9 nines, or 8 nines I mean, and then a 4 and a 5. The train segment is now over. So this kind of makes me wonder how the crash survival rate of trains fares, because both of them are not crippled. I mean, just being alive is impressive, but no blood or anything.
Rebecca? Rebecca!
I'm here.
Are you alright? Hey, we managed to stop the train.
Yes, we managed.
I'd say it was
We
more
have
the
to find a
wall.
way out.
The wall stopped the train. Stop stealing its credit, Billy. Now, though that unlocks train complete, the zombies are going to start getting up. Okay, the only thing I can pick up is the first aid spray. Billy has an inventory spot, so I'll grab that. And yes, I'm leaving the hunting rifle behind intentionally. The thing is not helpful. Now, I don't believe there's anything down here in this mode, but when you're playing Leech Hunter, there's going to be spiders, I want to say. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to check on the map. So, where's my mouse? You'll notice there's a locked door here. We have to come back eventually. But I'll hopefully have a single character there, so I don't have to worry about dodging as much. Ascend the ladder, Billy. And we get some more scenes because we are now in the mansion.
The Umbrella Research Center? The first general manager, Dr. James Marcus.
Who on earth are those people?
She's just a rookie, a member of STARS.
What about the mail?
I'm unfamiliar with him.
Attention. This is Dr. Marcus. Please be silent as we reflect upon our company motto. Obedience breeds discipline. Discipline breeds unity. Unity breeds power. Power is life.
Who are you?
It was I who scattered the T-virus in the mansion. Needless to say, I contaminated the train, too.
What?
Revenge. On Umbrella.
Dr. Marcus?
10 years ago, Dr. Marcus was murdered by Umbrella. You helped them, didn't you?
And with that, we're now in control. The thing is, I'm gonna need to take a break in a couple minutes, so we need to make a little bit of preparations before I can wrap things up. So this is a pretty safe area. You want to drop the stuff you're not going to be using too much. Oops. So we want to leave the cocktails. Going to leave the herbs. Let's reload. Wrong button. Okay, it's going to take me some time to get used to the whole X and Y thing. We're done with the hookshot for some time. We don't need these. Or these. Now, sadly, there is a limit to how many items you can cram into a certain area, so eventually you do have to go onto the second floor here if you want more. I believe there's herbs somewhere around here. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and mix those real quick just so I have them. And this is Rebecca's ability. Billy cannot mix them, so the red herbs are worthless on him. Of course, if they're already mixed in, then he can use them all the same. It's just he can't do that on his own. And one of the puzzles here does require Rebecca's mixing kit. Is there anything over here? No, it's just the hatch leading to the sewer. So before we quit, I'm going to show you guys something that I like to do. You want to not travel down this entire hallway just yet, because it'll cause a leech zombie to spawn back here. But you can go into the bathroom and raid it real quick. A leech zombie is going to spawn by the door when we try to leave, so you want to get everything you can here on this go. That's why I emptied my inventory, in case you're wondering. So by coming over here, the zombie is now over there waiting. But we can get some gasoline for more Molotovs if we ever find bottles, which we will, don't worry. Green herb, those are always nice. I'm checking the stalls just to make sure there isn't anything over there. And here we go. So if you ever go back in that room, the zombie will attack you, but we're not going to. The bathroom is an optional area. There's just resources in there if you are inclined to take them. But anyway, I'm going to go save and then take my break. We'll pick up here next time. I don't know if I'll splice all these together into a single video, but there's a possibility this could be where I stop my upload. Although I wonder, with all the updates, couldn't they allow you to pretty much stuff unlimited stuff here? Oh well. So, that's it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.